Joining me now is Vice President of the Rule of Law Institute of Australia, Chris Merritt. Terrific piece today, Chris, in The Australian. Explain to my audience why you say this referendum is the reverse of a fair go.
A fair go is based on egalitarian principles. Everyone's the same. Everyone has a fair go to get ahead, to put their point of view. What we're about to vote on is a proposal to entrench the ability of one group of people to put an additional view, and not just any old view, but one that a leading constitutional lawyer says the government would be compelled to listen to. So they have two goes. Everyone gets to vote and put their point of view, but those who are represented by the voice of Parliament, if it gets up, would compel the government, and not just the federal government, but state governments as well, if you can believe the assessment of Megan Davis, who's one of the expert constitutional lawyers who is advising the government. So it's the reverse of what we've come to believe, that we're all equal in this country, and our one view is as worthy as another view.
As you wrote, perhaps some of us will be more equal than others. And this body, if the referendum gets up, won't just advise on Indigenous issues. It could be advising on all issues that impact Indigenous people. And those are two different things, aren't they? Exactly.
A lot of the publicity, the PR about this proposal has been a little bit deceptive, I would say. It refers to people having the right to put a view on matters that affect them. But what that really means is putting a view on everything, not just matters that concern Indigenous affairs. The provision that was unveiled by the Prime Minister at the Garma Festival is not limited. There's no provision, there's no wording there that says, well, you can put a view that concerns Indigenous affairs. So that it would give the voice the ability to compel the government to listen to what it's got to say on anything, really. And that's been confirmed by Megan Davis in a very underreported interview that she gave to ABC television during the week. I couldn't believe that it didn't make more waves.
And compel is a key word there, because saying it's just an advisory body, it's just going to put its opinion forward, again, can be a little bit misleading. And what government also is going to have the courage to defy the advice that it receives?
Look, it's all in the technical meaning of the provision that the Prime Minister unveiled. This is the words that would be inserted into the Constitution. They are so vague that you could drive a truck through them. Now, what I'm concerned about is that the implications, the constitutional implications that are hidden in the text that he unveiled will be determined by the High Court. And we've seen the High Court's record effectively inventing new rights and restrictions out of thin air. So I'm a little bit concerned that this is really a stalking horse for unknown implications and restrictions on government. What we've seen from the government so far is a very sanitised version of legal advice, not a legal opinion. We've seen a sanitised version, a press release posted on the website of Linda Burney, the Minister for Indigenous Australians. But it's not a legal opinion. It's a summary of a legal opinion. It's a political document that's unsigned. And it's very mysterious, because if you read it closely, and I advise people to go to it, it actually says that this expert group, who are supporters of the voice, considered alternative processes, other processes and policies to what they were asked to look at. But that's all. There's no reference about what the outcome of their consideration was. But we know that they considered other things. I'd like to know what exactly they considered.
Oh, Chris Merritt, you've given us plenty to think about. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.